welcome to another episode of the Not For Nothing podcast. I am Sarah ElSayed, one of your hosts, and I am joined with my bestie in the Westie.
Hi, I'm Natasha. How is everybody doing today?
I'm doing well. I hope our audience is doing
I
well.
hope so too.
Yeah. So
What's up?
What is up? We're smoking right now. We're smoking some ponzu.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting little flavor. I am getting the savory they're selling to me. You want to try?
Yeah, but I'm not tasting as many terps as you are with this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it because it's in a blunt?
Maybe. I feel like if you're not a regular blunt smoker, the blunt taste is overpowering.
I can see that. For me, I feel like I could taste it best in a blunt, but like, and when I smoke in a joint, sometimes the flavor I feel disappears, especially like halfway through. But yeah, I see what you're saying. And then Liz was saying that she tastes everything best in glass.
Yeah, which I do not.
I don't either. Maybe the first hit of a clean bowl only.
Barely.
Right?
I fucking hate glass. Okay, and let me tell you why I hate glass. Because I didn't always, and I don't actually, but when I first moved to LA, my first night in my new apartment, I had received a bong from a friend from Elevate Jane, and it was so sweet. It was like a homecoming present.
That is sweet.
It was the Mimi. She was so cute. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I wanted to take a bong rip and go back to sleep. And in the middle of the night, I go in the kitchen where the bong is and I take a hit and I take like a big ass rip. And then as I'm ripping like the biggest bowl of my life, I'm realizing there's no water.
Oh my God, the betrayal.
And
you took a dry hit.
I took the biggest dry hit.
A rip. A dry rip.
On already like an extremely like, you know, in the middle of the night kind of dry mouthy vibe.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
just vomited directly. And after that, you know, it's kind of like where I'm like,
you have a food aversion, but to bongs.
I have an aversion right now to bongs, and hopefully it'll fade because I used to really love bongs and I own a lot of glass that I love. It was a lot. I still get the mouth sweats thinking about it.
Oh my God. That's actually seriously traumatizing.
It was so bad.
I've had so many situations too where bongs have absolutely choked me to the point of like true vomiting, like uncontrollable vomiting. And like it's so hard to come back from that and be like, yeah, I'm going to take a hit of the bong. And I at first was like, maybe I'm hitting glass incorrectly. And it's not, I have baby lungs. It's not, they're not built for that type of bong rip.
It's tough.
It's actually hard.
I applaud the bong rippers.
Me too. Liz really milks the bong.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how do you do that? It's scary.
Yeah. But
so like when you are looking for terps, like what's the flavor you're looking for?
So I've been saying this thing recently that in my older age, I look for sweeter terps and like sweeter strains. I always look for something a little more on the citrusy, tangy, orangey side. Some limonene. So those are like my main kind of.
I like some linalool.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes me feel like kind of sedated.
Yeah, say it one more time.
Linalool.
Linalool.
Yeah, it's like what's lavender, basically. So like I like that. The type of sedation that you feel in your eyes, like in the back of your eyes, I feel like comes with linalool. And I like pine and I like the sage terps that we had recently.
Yeah.
And I like of course tangies as well. And I like sweet, but I get sick of it. So I feel like the fruitier the better in cool ways. Like when I get a true grape, it makes me happy.
I did have a good grape recently. I mean, not that recently, January maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
What?
The 710 Labs grape pie was so good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, it was really good. It was really good.
They did not pay us to say this.
We would like them to though.
But that was, I think, one of the last good grapes I've had.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I would like to try that again. I like that. Yeah, because I feel like my hookah flavor I always loved grape mint. So, and it's like, you know, because it has that menthol kick, but it's grape. But I do like grape, like, smokes. Good shit.
Yeah. And it's true that I like something a little fruity.
Yeah.
I like a blueberry strain.
I like blueberry when blueberry is good.
Yeah.
That's so true. Anything like tropical, so good.
Yeah, but I'm so fucking tired of seeing Runtz everywhere.
Yeah, but then you're saying you like that sweet stuff.
I know.
A lot of the time it's coming from the Runtz family.
And that's why I'm like, I want the sweetness without that like gassy Runtz vibe of like sedation.
I do like the cakes though. Like I like the ice cream cakes, wedding cake.
It depends.
That's my kind of sweet.
I like a gelato.
I'll deal with the gelato.
But I'm also tired. These are the two that I'm so tired of seeing.
Can I guess the next one?
Yeah, guess the two.
Well, the first one Runtz. No.
Runtz.
Second one, is it Skittles?
No.
Oh.
Lemon cherry gelato.
That is Runtz.
Oh, that is.
It's renamed Runtz.
They're all the same?
That's Runtz, baby.
That's why I'm double tired of seeing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I assumed it was a cross of it, but I didn't know it was the exact.
It's rebranded Runtz.
That's
crazy, right?
I'm so tired. It's just like the same flavor profile.
It's extremely boring.
And it like always.
How many years can we do this? How many years?
It always has like a good nose. Like I'm always like, oh yeah, this is really lovely. But
You know what it is? It's like almost like the Pantone color of the year being like hot pink. And then the following year, it's baby pink. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we were hoping you would deviate into like another type of color, you know? And I feel the same way about weed. It's like, okay, like we just did a whole year of Runtz. Now we got to do another whole year of Runtz crosses. Now we're into sure bangers. Now we're into like.
Okay, I will say the other strain I'm extremely tired of seeing because I am not a fan is white truffle.
I don't mind. I just think that it needs to be expressed better.
Yeah.
It's a little flavorless the way people are pushing it.
The savoriness is getting lost and it feels like burnt only.
I agree with you. I do. That's a good take.
And it just tastes like burnt and I'm tired. Boring. So those are like my top qualms.
That's a fair rant, I would say. I think that I think that sage is something that's going to be needed to lean into. And the menthols. You know, one of my favorite strains that I had was Cold Snap.
I haven't had that.
It is so good. It is like, it has that menthol drag to it. And it's really interesting, like, especially with like regenerative farming. If you, like, I wonder if you had like a super menthol-y strain and you grew it next to some like mint or some like menthol, if it would help express it a little bit more. That's the thing. That's a thing in cultivation.
Yeah.
But but menthol specifically, I'm like, that would be fire. Okay.
You mentioned what? The last one I was gonna say, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of banana.
Banana's having a resurgence.
Yeah. And then
I've noticed that.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because
I'm seeing a lot of banana, like banana OG, banana whatever, banana pie,
but this
banana
is like
cream,
bringing back like almost an old time period. It was like, remember the banana, the synergy.
There was a lot of strawberry banana going on in the beginning too.
There was. That's so true. Golden State banana.
Yes.
Yeah. But I also remember, as you said, the strawberry banana, I started to think about strawberry kiwi that Synergy also used to have. It was so good.
There's a very strawberry cough used to be such a specific strain.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
I haven't seen a lot of coughs in general.
No, me either. And I'm glad they're being phased out because I don't want to cough. Like it's actually literally would make me cough like a motherfucking hyena.
And I'm not seeing a lot of cheeses.
No, but I love a cheese.
We did smell something cheesy yesterday. I forgot what it was. It's not my flavor profile of choice. I respect the differentiation. And it's kind of like when you're trying something new.
Yeah.
Like if it's excellent in its category of cheese, I'm down.
I just love smoking cheeses in Europe.
Okay.
Best.
She's fancy.
No, seriously, because like, you know, if you're going to Spain, seek out some UK growers for like
Okay.
Spanibus or something.
Yeah.
Because they really come equipped with the cheese. Like it's just huge there. It's like UK cheese. It's like getting, you know, like sour diesel or like
Fucking gelato in LA.
in New York or gelato in LA. Exactly. So definitely check that out. But I think we need to get better with that here, with growing them. And you know, back in the day, the Legion of Bloom used to have a UK cheese cart, and it was terpy and cheesy too. I missed that. Really good. Okay, so you and I have heard about this theory, and we haven't really talked about it. But Gen Z is making fun of millennials. And you know, usually I don't really have shit to say because it's like, go ahead, make fun of me. I am getting older. I am starting to exhibit boomer behavior. I get it. But as a millennial, have you heard of the millennial pause?
Yeah.
Explain it to the people.
I don't know if I like fully even understand it.
That's what I'm saying.
And then it makes sense because we're millennials, so we don't even hear it.
We don't even see the problem in front of our face.
So apparently millennials like us, so slightly older young people, are pausing before shooting their content, or like before their content begins, there's a pause.
It's like, for example, let's say action. Hello and welcome to. It has that like moment of like maybe like where you're fixing the camera and you start it, but you actually have like your hand showing in the piece of content.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that moment right before the content begins, that's almost less than perfect. That's the millennial pause, to my understanding. And let me just say, millennials, if you find yourself doing this, I'm going to introduce you to a very valuable tool. It's called literally editing anything. CapCut, TikTok, Instagram. You can literally just cut that part out and start later. Like there's going to be a pause. It's Gen Z also has a pause. They just edited it out.
And that's the thing. Everybody's always like millennial pause. And I'm like, no, it's just Gen Z editing skills.
Exactly. It's like, I think they're just trying to make it like menopause. They're calling us old.
They're calling us old. The millennial pause is the millennial menopause.
That we just cracked a code.
They're making us feel so, they're trying to phase us out.
They are.
They're trying to phase us out.
It's ageism.
But you know what's never going to phase out? Reality TV.
I hope it never does.
And
they need to keep making it in my time period.
It's only getting better. I feel like social media adds a whole other additional experience to reality TV.
Yes.
And recently, I felt very left out because I'm a big social media user, but not a big reality TV consumer. And there was all this Vanderpump Rules drama on the TikTok and the Twitters and the Reddits. So I started from the beginning and watched the whole thing.
Okay. So are you done and all caught up with Vandy?
I'm all caught up, but I haven't begun the new season.
Okay. All right. I didn't get that FOMO. Vanderpump Rules, Below Deck, I can't get into. What, like, okay, so you're not much of a consumer, but like, if you had to be on a reality TV show, what would it be?
I love a like work-centric reality TV show.
Like games?
Like I like Vanderpump Rules or Below Deck because they are actively at their jobs. And
trying
then it's
to make
like
a
everything.
Common goal.
Yeah, and it's like everything surrounding their lives, like going in at the workplace, not at the workplace.
Wow. I prefer like love shows. I love them. So let's say like, I don't know if like marriage is your ultimate goal or if you like ultimately would like to be married, but like, I think for a lot of people, they reach a certain age where they're like, well, if I'm not married, I'll just marry X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Or I'll do this, or I'll just have a kid on my own, or you know what I mean? A lot of people have different like end goals. But for me, it's like if I'm unmarried and maybe like 40, I think I would consider going on like a show like Love is Blind, where they're like, you have the opportunity to find and marry your partner within the next few days. Would you do it? You know?
Why wait till 40?
Because I don't necessarily think that, first of all, I don't think they would cast me at 40. Yeah. I don't think they'd cast me at all, but I think like...
You're like, can I defer my acceptance?
Right? Exactly. I think at 40, I would be looking for someone who is really looking for the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like mostly like, okay, we're both acknowledging that marriage and being together is like a common thing that we both have to work at every single day.
Yeah.
Whether or not we're head over heels in love or if we just want to build something. You know, and I think I'd be in like, okay, I still want to build something phase at 40 if I'm not married by then.
Got you.
But for now, it's like, I do have faith in like the state of dating a little bit and like, you know, in, you know, really liking someone and like feeling that like, okay, there's possibility for this to go my way without a TV show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love consuming that type of television. But there's no way I would do that under the age of 40.
So what would you be on like today?
I would love to be on like Big Brother.
Okay.
Because Big Brother, it's a mind game. It's a social game, really. It's more than anything. Like the goal is not dating. The goal is not the goal is strategy, really. It's strategy, people skills, and winning money.
Okay.
Like that's what you need to do. You need to play the game, play both sides, make fake alliances, make real alliances, like do trades, like certain things that like will get you to the money at the end. Fuckboy Island.
Oh my God.
Mark says Fuckboy Island. Would you be on that, Mark? Is that what you're saying?
Is that a real show?
It is.
What is it about?
I think it's about a show. It's a show where people who are good guys and people who are bad guys go in. And I think the girl has to decide, they have to pair up and decide if they're with a fuckboy or not. Like, I think they have to know that they're not with a fuckboy. And the fuckboys are trying to convince them that they're good guys.
That seems absurd.
Crazy. Also, Perfect Match was so good. Perfect Match.
See it.
It's on Netflix. It's like one of those shows where it's basically like reality stars from different Netflix shows came together on one show. And they had to see who their perfect match in that house would be. And yeah, it was crazy because some of them had already hooked up with each other prior to this show because they were probably all at these Netflix events meeting each other and just mad horned up.
That sounds absurd.
It was crazy.
But it sounds kind of fun. Maybe I should watch it.
It's fun to watch. You would enjoy.
Will I enjoy it like out of context?
Yeah, there's no context really. I didn't really watch the shows.
Oh, okay.
Like some of them are on like Too Hot to Handle. So I think maybe one or two was from Fuckboy Island. And like it was very random. Some was from The Circle. It was crazy.
Okay, maybe I should watch that.
It's fun. I'll watch it with you again if you like.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Yeah, what show would you be on? What reality show?
I think it would be really fun if there was some sort of show similar to Vanderpump Rules, but all about like content and media stuff in the cannabis industry. Because I feel like the shit that goes down here,
it might be too incriminating.
Sometimes I'm like, this cannot even be real what's happening.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. It feels like a video game.
Like somebody is messing with me.
I'm being pranked.
I'm being pranked. And let me tell you, you're not. People are just...
And that invoice will not be paid, by the way.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It is.
But I feel like it would make for excellent television.
I think it would. People love mess, and that is what the weed industry is giving.
Mark is like, but this studio is drama-free.
It is a drama-free studio, honestly. Petty cash all the way. Okay. You know I hate boof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'm aware.
You might be curious, are you smoking boof? You might be under the impression like, yeah, this is good. It makes me feel good. But like, that's relative, right? It is all relative. But in general, on the scale of the best in the world versus the nastiest in the world, here's how to tell if your smoke is boof.
Yeah, tell us.
I would say that you should look out for two different flavor profiles that like usually let me know if something is either really old or like grown improperly. And of course, like there's the general thing, like if it smells like too grassy or like if it looks brown, you know, if it's like mostly smalls or like little like just loose pieces that are broken off of it, that's obviously boofy. But I think two smells that you should look out for are when they smell a little pancakey,
Yeah.
like heavy on the syrup. Syrup?
Syrup. Yeah.
You say syrup?
Yeah.
Okay, so a heavy syrup. I say syrup.
Yeah.
That sounded unnatural to me. A heavy syrup smell and like a heavy, almost grapefruit smell when it's like a fruitier strain and it smells like a little bit old. It'll have like a little grapefruity smell.
Yeah, I will say like if it smells very nature,
Yeah.
like very kind of earthy for lack of a better term.
Yeah. It's really nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
It's like
and then the big one that I do is sometimes you can't smell it from the nug. Also, this is a nuts one that I feel like has stopped, but people used to spray the flour with terps and stuff like that.
It's still happening.
And so you have no idea. So what I like to do is you can take like if there's a little like crumb at the bottom, or you can just break off a little bit, just like rub it in between your fingers. And if you're getting like some good like frostiness, like some resiny shit, then if you smell that and that's smelling good,
Usually you're smoking all right.
usually it's like some pretty good weed.
Okay.
And if your
good.
hands are like covered in like Cheeto dust, but it's weed,
It's dry and old.
well, it depends.
Are you saying like it's like trichomy?
Yeah, then it's good.
Yeah, but sometimes it turns to dust.
If it's crumbling in your hands, it's too dry and it's
right or old
yeah.
or yeah. There's a lot of ways it could go, but like usually use your senses. But like those two specifically, syrup and grapefruit, are like what smells stick out to me. Like when I'm like, this is kind of like run of the mill mids.
But then again, if you're fooled by the appearance and the smell, which happens a lot, I feel like almost upon like first taste, you can tell there's this like flatness of just like it tastes like burnt tea.
Oh God, yeah.
And you know immediately
burnt tea
that this has like
true.
No like oily body to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and it usually burns black.
Yeah.
Just
also,
like
if it burns immediately, like a good joint should take a few lighter, like it's like resiny. It takes like a minute to like light up. If this is like lighting like a cigarette.
Alternatively, there's also the weed that never lights, meaning it's like wet or improperly cured. Yeah.
If your joint is going out and you can't even roll it because it keeps sticking to the paper and like it's just like not in grinding properly.
Yeah.
Give it like a week in your jar.
Yeah. Keep it out of direct sunlight though.
Yeah. Like a good curing jar.
Yeah, exactly. Ay. All right. So what do you look for in friendship at the sesh?
I mean, well, you provided already. Like, you definitely want to have, like, some expertise at the sesh.
Ooh, love that.
Like, it's nice to have a connoisseur friend who, like, brings exciting stuff and, like, wants to try new strains. I feel like that's always fun.
I like that. And I also like having someone who knows where a lighter is. I'm so bad at that. Like I never like have a lighter handy. But so I'm always like, "Ugh, do you have a lighter?" And whoever like has one in their pocket or like right near me, I'm like, "Oh, you're just a savior."
I agree.
And then I also love when, you know, again, when friends host and they have like tons of ashtrays and stuff. So I don't have to like be like, do you have an ashtray? Like asking for every little thing I need to accommodate me.
It's good to have a mom in the friend group at the sesh.
And like when I'm out, having a bestie that you don't mind like sharing drinks with that has like a water or something. They have like maybe a Stanley cup.
And who also has like a massive bag.
Yes. Big bags only.
Yeah, big bags only.
Period.
And then this is a newer one that's been an incredible asset that I've never experienced in my life before. But having a diabetic friend in your sesh group is key to having the best snacks on deck at all time.
Yeah.
Because they literally cannot go without the snacks.
That's very true.
And so they're always providing you are also providing, knowing that you need to provide for a friend medically.
Yeah. They're snack connoisseurs, though.
They're snack connoisseurs for sure, especially like gummy category.
I learned that like one of the best things that you can eat, and this was from Alyssa, she said that one of the best things that you can eat as a diabetic to quickly get your blood sugar back up is a high chew.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's also one of the best things you can do when you're high.
It's a really delicious chew.
So try it out. Make a diabetic friend.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Meet a type 1 or 2 diabetic in your neighborhood and be friends with them.
It's a good time.
Invite them to the sesh.
Yeah, invite him to the sesh.
Well, the irony here is that I know cannabinoids have an impact on blood sugar as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how. It could go either way. And I do think it's like different cannabinoids do different things, but definitely check that out as well.
We'll look into that. Well, this was another great episode.
It was indeed.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And go check us out on social media at Natasha PRZ or
How Can I Help You? You can also follow the podcast at Not For Nothing Pod across all platforms.
And we'll see you very soon.
See you on Tuesday.
Bye.